Right now at 5, a walking miracle. That's what the mother of a 14-year-old girl is saying this evening after her daughter survived after being shot several times by her teen boyfriend.
This happened over the weekend near 21st and Memorial Drive in Racine. That boy is charged as an adult.
Uba Ali sat down with the girl's mom, who tells us how her daughter is defying the odds.
She's just so proud to be alive.
Miranda Perales says her 14-year-old daughter, Jasleen Jones, is talking, walking, and smiling at Children's Wisconsin just 2 days after being shot several times.
She's still her spunky self. She can't wait to put on her makeup.
Investigators say Jasleen was shot in the head 3 times by her 14-year-old boyfriend when she tried to break up with him. They say the boyfriend admitted to shooting Jasleen in what he called a, quote, fit of rage.
I had no idea. No idea he had a gun.
Perales says her daughter dated the teen for more than a year. She never noticed any concerning signs.
I bought the kid Christmas presents, you know? I mean, you never know that type of stuff until the mask is unveiled.
This is truly domestic violence at age 14. Did you ever think that was even possible?
I did not think that was possible. I did not think that was possible just because they're kids. And I didn't think evil was in kids.
The 14-year-old is charged as an adult with attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Considering the trauma Jasleen went through,
she's a walking miracle.
Her family is thankful her brain function wasn't impacted.
She's lost sight in one of her eyes, but the doctors told her she's going to be able to do everything that people with 2 eyes can do.
Jasleen will also have to live with several bullets lodged in her body, but she's taking the worst day of her life.
God gave her the second chance.
And using it to speak up for those in violent relationships.
This is her new path, and I'm going to help her in every way possible.
In Wauwatosa, Uba Ali, TMJ4 News.
Yeah, this here is tragic, man. It's tragic. Where the hell is this boy's father at? I don't want to hear nobody, jumping on my shit, on my page. For one, it's fair use only, you know what I'm saying? Education purposes only and fair use only. So, it's a teachable moment. So I don't want you dudes jumping on my page talking about, no, okay, see, you can't be blaming the man in this situation, you know what I'm saying? So you got to blame both parents, I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to take the imaginary gloves off and start chastising motherfuckers. You know I can't do the intro because I'm driving. Coming from the grocery store, grabbing some shit. Pull up here to this little spot, grab me something to eat. It's a little Mexican restaurant. Up here, I'm bolo by myself. Look, see this? Got groceries right here. Eggs in the seat, shit. Ain't no motherfucking woman with me. I'm ready to go up in this motherfucking, if there's some women up in here, you know what time it is. Yeah, it's how I rock, baby. Real game. But, I said, I can't drag, to go to my description below the video to my about section, you know how to reach me and get at me. Patreon, Cash App, you can support the channel, all social media platforms, holler at me. I'm going to put that QR code up too on my videos just as well. I'm going to get that downloaded and get that jumping off. So you guys can scan that and then get you to all the links. But like, share, subscribe, fellas. Hit the notification bell. Once again, like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell, fellas. You need to do that. Now, this situation is tragic. And yes, I'm going to say where's the father because when you run around carrying guns and you acting out of jealousy and emotions and you shooting young women because you can't get your point across or things are not happening for you and she don't want to be with you no more, she wants to break up, she want her freedom, and you shooting her in the motherfucking head, damn near taking her life, possibly ending your life just as well, going to prison for the rest of your life. Yeah, you need a father's touch. And I'm not the one that's going to sit up here and blame no mother for this, because I don't expect a mother to have a father's touch, even though we hear that a lot from these women, these women that, jump off into that masculine form and Oh yeah, I don't need a man, which you probably don't. You probably got your shit held down tight. You probably good in there, and that's cool. That's on you. No one's judging that. My kids don't need a father. They got me. And all that other shit, we done heard that shit in the hood. We done heard that shit from, it ain't got to be in the hood. We done heard that shit from different races and, things, women that's actually bitter in certain situations and shit, and I got this, I don't, I'm their father and all that other shit. You can't be their father. It's impossible. And the reason why you can't be their father is because you're a woman. You're naturally soft. You're naturally gonna let things slip and go by, even though you may want to get a grip on them in the beginning. But as time progresses and goes on, you're gonna naturally let them slip away because there's certain things they're gonna do. Society gonna punish their ass for, and you're gonna be there to enable them. You're gonna be there to pick up their bullshit. You're gonna be there to protect and shield them from the wrath of punishment that need to be bestowed upon them. You're gonna be there doing all the weak ass shit that you don't supposed to be doing. It's for a father. That's the father's touch. That's his job. See, that's the thing. A lot of you women out here and a lot of these young men out here being raised by you women, they not having a father in the household. No, I wasn't in the household with my son, but I was in his life. I did time just as well. When I got out, I gripped down and got in his life. Yeah. So where when I got out, he was still a little young. He was 8 years old when I got out. So by him being 8 years old, he was still a kid. So I got a chance to mold him and structure him into being a young man. And I'm glad I woke myself up and became the person I am in order to get out, get free from them gates, to come home to my son and my daughter just as well. But mainly we're gonna speak on sons in this because it's a little boy that's just committed this crime. Basically just almost took this girl's life because she didn't want nothing to do with him. Young fellas, check this out. Women are going to move on in life. From you being a kid like him, all the way to an adult, hell, the senior citizen. Hey, they move on. You're supposed to move on just as well. Our jobs isn't to try to control them and lock them down and keep them in captivity. No, everyone's supposed to be free. We're born free, be free. This earth is free for you to roam. Free for you to make decisions and do what you want to do in life that can better you or can fuck you around. It's up to you on how life is what you make it. Yeah, he needs a father. And if his father's not there, I don't know if he's incarcerated, I don't know if he's in jail, I don't know if he's, I don't know if he's, in prison, incarcerated, in jail or whatnot, deceased. He could have been the dude that just pumped the baby into her. I ain't claiming shit and ran off. We seen that in the communities. We seen that all across the world, not even the communities. You get that in every culture and race. That happens. I don't know who his father is, but he definitely need a man's touch on him in a chastising way. And we ain't talking about hurting him and committing harm amongst a young man. We talking about actually rattling his brain with some of this game and putting masculinity into him, actually putting the root of masculinity into him, because it seemed like he never had it there. You too young. You 14 years old, and you young fellas out here, 15, 16, I don't know, watching my channel, 20, 21, 25, 30. Come on, man. Y'all too young to be wasting your life, to be wasting your time over a young chick or a woman, period, who don't want nothing to do with you. Let her go. If she come back, then she come back. The ball's in your court. Hey, it can be the gift is the good. The gift is gonna be good by its giving, right? It's how you handle it. But let her go. Don't put your hands on her. Don't harm her. Don't harass her. Don't do these type of things right here that can cause you to go to prison for the rest of your life. Or possibly she could have a brother, or uncle, or father that ain't going for that shit and come and kill you and take your life because you act out in your emotions. But that's what happens when you're singly mother raised. Yeah, that's what happened when no man is in the household. And he ain't got to be in the household. That's what happened when the man ain't in your life. I wasn't in my son's household. I wasn't in there with him, but I'm in his life. I've always been in my son's life. From writing him letters and him coming to visit me in prison all the way to when I got out. You got to be in their life. You got to mold them and show them that you care. Show them that you are all conditional love and it's unconditional love. You know, we don't advocate violence on here, but I whoop your motherfucking ass and hug you at the same time, telling you I'm whooping your ass. Explaining to you why you getting this ass whooping. And I love you at the same time. That's what we got to do as fathers. I know it's getting dark outside, so I try to help and record this. Hit these lights. Well, let me see. This other light. This main light. You know. That's what you got to do with your sons. That's what we got to do with our children. We can't pacify them. We can't let them get away with shit. We can't enable their every action and every fucking decision, especially when it's not right. We got to punish them before society gets to them, because when society gets to you, they're going to punish you just as well. And their punishment, society ain't going to love you like like the parents are going to love you, little man and youngsters. No. Society's going to, they're going to punish, they're going to straighten your ass up, put you in prison. I was in juvenile detention center at 14, 15, 13, and I've seen guys at my age at that time coming in with murders, homicides, molestations of younger kids, younger than. I seen a lot of that shit. And they stripping this boy's life from him. They grade certify him as a young adult and send him, you know, he's going to do what he do for the next, until he's 17. You know, they're going to keep him in juvenile correctional facility, in juvenile custody detention center until he's 17. They're going to certify him as an adult and send him to Susie's land. They're going to send him to prison. And when he get there, ain't no guns in there. You act out of your emotions in there, motherfucker going to knock you out. You act out of your emotions and feelings in there, the motherfucking CO's going to whoop your ass and throw you in a hole 30 days, 60 days, and hide you from your family business and all that shit to where they can't see you fucked up and you ain't no lawsuits and you're gonna get treated like a man. Real game. So fellas, get a hold of your children, get a hold of your sons and mold them, game them, give them this knowledge that they need in life, or that's the end of their existence. That's real talk. And you mothers out there, you women, let the fathers in. If that father want to be a part of his son's life, let that happen, or you gonna get a son just like this, running around acting out of his asshole, you know, tampon, need to wear a fucking Kotex or something, tampon, acting out his fucking feelings, hurting and harming other women and girls because they don't want him no more. Let that father come around. Lose your malice and anger towards the father because whatever y'all got going on. This is important. You get it? Real game. Shit, you know, I'm independent. I'm the father and all the motherfucker. You's the woman. You a bitch. You's a female. Stay in your goddamn position. You a nurturer. You're not the instructor. You're not the guider. You're not the protector. Not the provider for real. That's the father. And we ain't talking about this with money. We talking about with knowledge, game, wisdom, showing him how to move around in society, showing him the rights and wrongs, the do's and the don'ts. You know what I'm saying? Keeping him up on what goes on in the court systems, in the legal system, in the workforce, and that's what men do. So allow your sons to have a father. And move the fuck over. Like these videos, share them and subscribe, fella. I'm starving like a motherfucker. Holla.